First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the inevitable, really dumb fight. Spats with your significant other are unavoidable, but they don't have to be so bruising, and Cara's here to say there are actually ways to avoid them.
There are.
I am all ears, especially this time, like we're so
right.
tense.
And you just went like this.
Yeah.
That was one of the main things, is that when we're going too fast, our brain doesn't get the blood, the oxygen, and the glucose that it needs to make good decisions.
I can believe it. And you know what else I haven't really been doing is exercising, and that's such a good release. You know, just making sure you're just feeling good, then sleeping good. So
no, it's true.
It's a crazy time.
It is. I was so mad at myself yesterday
joyful.
because it was so beautiful outside, and I didn't even get to walk my dog because I was doing so many different things. But even just a little walk around the block.
I know. I know.
Okay, I love this first one because I think, well, I know, if I can be so bold to share, that this is one that maybe you and I struggle on a little bit, but we're relying too much on our memory. So what this is essentially is when you're arguing, I mean, not you, sorry, Jim. Jim and me have this problem. When we're arguing, we bring up something from the past.
Jim has his top 10.
Yes, but we only remember
it
how we want to remember it, right? So they're like, 99.9% of the time when you're fighting, if your partner brings up something that you said or did in the past, they are putting it through their own filter and remembering it how they want to remember it.
It is so true. I call it the top 10. I'm like, uh-oh, here comes the top 10. Remember that time we were in Las Vegas and you walked out of the room, and I'm like, no, I actually don't. It must not have been that impactful because I remember that as being a good trip.
Right.
So I hate that.
Yes. Well, so the only really cure to this is you cannot bring, like, you have to make amends, and he cannot bring it up.
I told him
you cannot.
I thought you were going to say the only cure is like that movie, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless. What is it?
Memory erased.
Right, where they had their memory erased. And
that too, essentially, that's what you have to do.
Look at Trent. He's impressed that I actually remember that movie. Yes. But I remember being intrigued by that storyline because think about how much it would free you up from the fighting and the bad, but then of course, if your memory's gone, you're also forgetting all the good, obviously. So is that so smart?
Right. Well, you can maybe be selective about that. But I understand what you mean. I tend to do that in the moment when we are actually fighting. I'll be like, you just said I can't do anything right. And Lee's like, I didn't say you can't do anything right. I'm like, well, what did you say?
Right. You have got to make it a point, and Jim has actually gotten better in this last year because we were working on all of these things, you know, after his mom passed and just the weird way he was manifesting his feelings. But so he's gotten better, knock on wood.
Yeah, that's great.
It makes it so much nicer because you can diffuse an argument a lot quicker when somebody is bringing up everything in the kitchen sink. Suddenly you're like, all right, let's go there.
Right.
Ding, 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 round one.
Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this?
Right.
Yeah, I have it. Let me pull out my list.
Let me pull,
of things.
All right, number 2. These are good. I want to get to these.
You're expecting perception to be objective. Now, what does that mean? I'll tell you. When you look at somebody or somebody looks at you and you're like, why are they looking at me that way? Like you think they're judging, you think they're mad. Most of the time, again, 99.9% of the time, their look has nothing to do with you, okay?
That is so true.
And this is another one, I'm reading this, I'm thinking, oh gosh, I do all of these things. Lee does this look at me sometimes.
Oh.
He bites his lip.
Oh, in like a cute, sexy way?
No. And I'm like, you're annoyed because you're biting your lip. You're annoyed. And he's like, I'm not annoyed. I'm just biting my lip. I'm like, yes, you are. What's wrong with you? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then it starts a fight that didn't even need to happen.
Right, because you're completely misreading it. Because maybe
that does mean it's time for sexy time. I don't know. Everybody just kind of went, ooh.
Oh my God,
and I'm like, why are you mad at me? I'm so sorry. My life has been changed.
Right. Tonight, you see that while he's cooking dinner. Why am I going like this? Like he's stirring up the risotto that you made so good that one time. You got to make it again. And you're going to be like, oh my God, he's not mad at all.
I didn't know.
I like this. I like it. Okay.
But another thing is, like, we interpret what other people are doing through our own lens. So whatever we're feeling, if we're at a heightened sense of emotion or we're mad about something, we're putting that on somebody else when it has nothing to do with that poor person. We're blaming everything on.
It's not about you, people, or me, or you know. We have to think about that because it's an easy trap to fall into.
Yes,
okay,
and like I said, our brains are being deprived, like also, so when we're in a heightened sense, our brains are being deprived of all the things that they need to make proper decisions. And by they, that's your brain.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 3 is you're overestimating how well you're communicating. Okay? So just because you think that you've explained yourself appropriately doesn't mean the other person understands what you're talking about. Now this I've gotten way better at because I do feel like there was a long time where I thought Lee should read my mind about things that I was thinking. I'm like, well, he doesn't know what I want him to do unless I tell him point blank. So now I'm like, I need you to X, Y, Z.
Yeah, and just
do it.
Really just put it out there. I need to work on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit more reactionary than you.
Okay. Well,
I'm not proud of it.
Well,
it's sort of
it's in your genes.
It literally is a little bit of my cultural raising. Plus add that to with menopause that I'm currently in the throes, and I just have a quick fuse.
Well, it's not a quick fuse though. It's just that you are very emotional and reactive.
Too emotional.
And so then you can't. It's not your fault. It's your brain's fault. Okay. It has nothing to do with you.
I knew it. I could just
you're completely out of it.
No response. No.
Yes.
But it really is something that I work on every day because guess what? Now I have four little eyeballs watching me, saying, "How is mom handling this very small thing?" If you're blowing up like a crazy person, you're just teaching them that you're not coping with your problems and handling them the way that they should.
Yeah, I'm just starting to, that's so funny though, because I'm just starting to get to that realization where I see James doing the exact things that I do that I don't like in myself, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta stop that.
Caroline is me to the T, and Kate isn't, but so I watch and I'm like, oh no, she's super emotional, and I'm like, oh honey,
it's gonna be fine.
It's not gonna serve you well.
It's one of the things I love about you, I have to be honest. Okay, number 4.
You're a good friend. Get in here.
I do enjoy it a lot.
It's good when it's good, but it's not so good when it's bad.
Number 4, this is a really good tip. You're not looking at each other. So if you are arguing with your partner or even a friend, research shows that if you're actually looking at somebody in the eyes, watching them speak, you are less likely to interpret things in a negative way.
Oh. Because likes that one.
Yeah, because if you're fighting, maybe you note it. I'm sorry, I'm pointing. I'm pointing at you. If you're fighting with someone, oftentimes you tend to look down or look away, or you might not even be in the same room as that person.
That's true. So if you're eye to eye, then it makes you maybe say, okay, slow down.
Right.
This is somebody that I love. Let's let's diffuse this and kind of, just take it a notch down.
I always like to say sometimes when I get really mad, I'm like, we're on the same team. Like, why am I fighting with my partner about this?
See, Jim will say that. Jim is good about it. He'll go, what? We're in this together.
We got to have each other's backs.
Yeah. Wow. This is. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna kiss him.
You're gonna
hard. Okay. Okay. And the last. Sorry.
The last one is. Well, this is good. You're seeking compromise, but not collaboration. So kind of be on the same team. So you want to compromise, but you also want to get to an end result together, so this fight doesn't come up again.
Right. I love
common goal.
Common goals. These are so good. We'll have Trent put them up on our Facebook page.
Yep, he said they are.
And they already are. And I would just like to say I have worn Spanx 3 days in a row because they are so comfortable. And Cara's, we're matching today.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, Lance, you're wearing Spanx too?